typically wants to shine a light on like those not so great moments. But that's not our story. It's a story of community. It's a story of family.
In Brooklyn, in Bedford-Stuyvesant, there's a cheer team that is turning young people into adults and giving them tools to survive in this world.
You don't really hear too many stories of like the positive things that are happening in the community. And it's very important that we try to change the narrative of what everyone is saying about our community. You know, we're thriving, we're alive, we're just amazing.
It's a group of young minority kids that are coming together. And when you go to, the various competitions, they're one of few. And as you go to the higher level competitions, it becomes less and less. And so, I think people need to know that this exists in order to support it and become a part of it. Because I think the more you grow, it gives more kids opportunities to be a part of, a team sport. Because I think, team sports in general, they have value. They give you certain, they don't give you everything, but they give you certain tools that can help you survive and help you work collaboratively with people to get things done. And I think, that's a valuable skill.
They're providing our children, meaning our black and brown babies, with the ability the opportunity rather, to compete with everyone else. To provide them with a sense of like community, pride in themselves. I think like most importantly what it means to be a team, in every sense of the word. So.
Let's get through 5 right now. Let's get through 5. Let's get through 5. 14. Come on. 15. Come on. 16. There you go. 17. You got it. Come on. 18. Come on. Push it. You got it. 19. Get to 20. Get to 20. One more. 20. What do I say? Hello. What do I say?
Okay, today's goal is extensions with cradles. Not sweeps. Extensions with cradles and lids and press lids. Press from here up in your lid, or going from extension to lid the cheating way, because level 3 cheerleaders live from extension. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hi, my name is Kim. I'm a first-time parent to the Brooklyn Titans. This is my daughter's first year with them. Imani is 13 years old. She was a dancer. She used to dance competitively since she was about 4. This is her first year taking cheer. Very flexible, energetic, and just seems to love it. Like she just automatically just fell right into the fold with cheer. Just seems like it came kind of like natural to it. So the more that she's been at practice and like having sessions with the different coaches, she's just fallen in love with it more and more so.
My name is Miguel Clark. I'm the father of Marion Clark, a cheerleader on the Brooklyn Titans. She's a very, very, how can I describe Marion? She is someone with a very positive personality. She brings a lot of energy to the team. She brings a lot of energy to all the things she does. She's a very she is sort of a natural born leader, as well as someone who cares about the entire team and is always looking to bring everybody up to where she is, in a happy, positive place, and to make everything just better for everyone in general.
Goddamn, spending money at the club like Sam. Yes, ma'am. She a little freak on cam.
You should be louder than the music, or you will start over.
Imani was actually introduced to the Titans. Schoolmates introduced her, Leah, when she realized that Imani wasn't dancing anymore because she had gotten hurt last year. She took a year off of dance. And she told, well, if you're not doing anything, why don't you check out cheer? So she was like, okay, I'll think about it. And then just like with any other kid that wants something, she started to harass me. I would say that was back in like January of this year. And then I reached out to Gigi. And they told me when they were having practices, and we went down to just check it out, and we haven't left since.
Ooh, nice catch. Ready, 1, 2, dip, together, down. So you look at her so you can match her. It's like a rhythm. Everything with cheer is a rhythm. Ready? Again. Punch.
Ready, 1, 2.
Why am I here? Look at Savannah for the bump down. Watch her.
Bump down. Ready, 1, 2.
Yeah, make sure you're dipping, pushing up.
She gets that from, I guess, her mom and I. I think we're both, her mom, in different ways, we're both very positive, caring, concerned people, very, driven in the things that we do. And if we're going to do something, we're going to do it 100%. And I think that kind of spilled over into our children. A very close friend of ours, Savannah, another cheerleader on the team, is someone she grew up with. She started cheering maybe a year or two before Marin did. They had a sleepover. Marin just happened to go with her to a cheer practice, liked what she saw, and they invited her to join, and then she did it once and just loved it. And we've been doing it for the past 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
With COVID happening right now, it's been challenging, but we've made the best of it. They started out with, having practices via Zoom. So once we got the green light to have like outdoor practices, it's been a lot better. I mean, it can be a challenging schedule because right now they meet like 3 days out the week, where 1 day is like optional. But as with anything, like we've been flexible. Like we've made it work, and everybody just seems pretty committed, to making the best of the season given the circumstances and like it being so uncertain right now.
It's a great organization. It's like a family. I mean, we've all become very, very close. We all sort of, look out for one another. It's, I think at the core of it, it's you become a family before you become a team, that kind of thing. So all the parents participate. We all support each other. If you need to pick somebody up and bring them to practice or drop them home, it's not a big deal.
Every so often, we've been able to hang out, during the summer. Myself and another cheer mom, we loaded up our 2 cars and took the kids to the beach. If they're doing things amongst themselves, like they'll send out a message and whoever can go to that person's house and hang out with them. They're not just my daughter's coaches, like they're now friends. And that's very important to me.
Because of it being cheer and football, it's very team oriented and how one can contribute to the whole, as opposed to looking at the individual. This one's better, that one's better. I don't hear that language. It's all like, the team is only as strong as the weakest link, so to speak. And I think that's great. It's a great way to think about life and also kind of approach, things that are challenging. She's become much more mature, much more responsible. It's grown in the fact that she takes much more pride in the things she does. Her voice has gotten bigger. She's been able to speak up for herself, and I think a lot of that comes from the confidence that comes out of, being a cheerleader, but also what the accomplishments they've had. They've won a number of national titles, and I think that all just, builds your confidence even more, and you feel much more accomplished and able to speak.
5, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 7, 1. Very good, very good, very good.
Hey, yo, Nash.
Straight out the arm, straight out the arm. Press up. Straight up. Come in.
Cradle. Ready, 1, 2.
She's definitely more outgoing, a lot more social. She's laughing more. She's smiling more. She's just living her best life right now. She's living her best life right now.
The first year that my daughter joined, they went down to Florida to the national competition. Usually when I go, I drive one of the vans. So we rent vans that transport the team around and that kind of thing. So I drive one of the vans, and I drove the younger kids. They might have been, between 7 and 8 at the time. We walked into the arena, and it just so happens that they had the national title banners laying out on the floor, I guess, getting prepared for the competition for the day. And I called everybody over, all the kids that were in my van. And I said, "You see that banner there? That's your banner. All you have to do is do what you know to do, and you're taking that banner home." And they won the competition, took the banner home, and they came back and, "See, we got our banner." And I was like, I felt so, it was just one of those moments that it wasn't planned. It was just something like, just random and sporadic that just so happened, I just happened to walk past the banner and see it. And I was like, this is just one of those moments where you can kind of be that, you can say something that might sink deep inside someone, and that happened, and I felt proud about it because I felt like I had my little contribution to what they did, and it was actually a challenging year because that year their music for their routine cut out, and they were smart enough or prepared enough that they were able to complete the routine without their music. And they weren't shaken. They literally just did their counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and finished the routine. The entire arena was shocked because no one saw that. No one had ever, as far as I know, especially that year, no one else did that. And these were, like I said, 78-year-old kids. And so most kids you would think, and I wouldn't have blamed them at all if they just stopped and was like, our music is done. What do we do? But because they trained so much, they were able to complete their routine, and and again they won that year. But I think the victory was they realized that what preparation means, and preparation means that no matter what happens, if I'm prepared for this, I'm prepared for anything. And that's probably one of my favorite stories from the Titans days.
5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Very good. Right, what's up? Gotcha. So, foot to the face. You okay?
Look at the father, don't care.
Bust it up.
I've just been fortunate enough that I've been surrounded by people who believed in sharing that information. They didn't keep it to themselves. So they brought me into the fold, and I do the same. Like I pass it on to other people. But I'm just doing what any other parent would do, investing in my child outside of the academics. Like that's just basic, but there's more to just the academics. There's also that social piece. You know, I believe that all children should have the best of both worlds. She had, before it was dance, now it's cheer. Who knows? Maybe a couple of years from now, it might be soccer, it might be something else. But as her parent, it's my job, it's my responsibility to make sure that she has exposure to these types of things.
Enough for me. Back spots are underneath. Christina, that's what you're learning. Your job is to get underneath. Because you're back spotting like this, that's not a thing. You're going to hurt yourself. Sydney, I don't want you spotting in the front. I'm saying that now because you have a habit of trying to front spot. I don't want front spots. I don't. Don't want them, don't need them, don't like them, don't need them. So I don't want spotting in the front. You're about to get back up. I don't want you to get too comfortable. As far as hunting is concerned, we did not hit our goal for today, but we did hit goals that needed to be hit. So starting next week on whatever day practice is, we'll be hitting that goal that we did not reach. What goal did we not reach today? Say it, just say it. Thank you. So say it again. What did we not do? Great. So body positions at prep level, and then libs, regular libs at extension. We did not hit. We have 8 minutes left. I'm gonna do what I want. Get in windows. 10,